hope you're having a fantastic day. Mine was spent getting more and more excited to talk to you as part of the Back to the Sea Society's first ever Shell and Tell. My name is Kaitlin, and I have something very, very special to show you today. But before I show you this very special shell, I was wondering if perhaps you can guess what I'm about to show you. So I have some hints. Hint number 1. This shell comes from an animal whose name is out of this world. Second hint. This shell comes from an animal who we had in the Touch Tank Hut last year. Third hint. This shell houses a type of marine snail. Any ideas? It's a moon snail. Look at how wonderful this shell is. Let me describe it to you. It's as hard as a rock. It smells like the ocean. It sounds like waves, and it tastes like, I'm just kidding, I'm not going to taste it. But I am going to tell you some fancy dancy facts about the moon snail and its shell. Like other snails on land and in the ocean, moon snail's shell grows bigger as they get older. So remember when I showed you this original moon snail shell? When it was younger, it might have looked like this. Much smaller, but still has that round spiral top. Perhaps when it was even younger, it looked like this. Oh, a baby moon snail. But once again, do you see that spiral at the top? Wonderful. Now back to the original one I showed you. These ones can get even bigger. So check this out. I have a, oh my, that's heavy. Oh, look at this moon snail shell. It's ginormous. Moon snails can live up to 7 years. So when they get older and older and older, their shells just keep getting bigger and bigger. And this, my friends, is humongous. So you might have seen shells like this as you've been walking around the beaches in Nova Scotia, because that's one of the places where moon snails live. You probably are going to see them more often if you go to sandy shores, because that's where moon snails like to hang out the most. If you're walking around some of these beaches and you see a live moon snail, I would encourage you to say, "Hello, moon snail," and tell it how glorious it looks. But it's best to keep live animals where they are, respecting nature. If you're walking along that beach and you see a shell, like the ones I've been showing you, I would encourage you to once again say, "Hello." Tell that moon snail shell how glorious it is, but I would also encourage you to check it out a little bit, investigate it like we've been doing earlier. What does it feel like? What does it smell like? What does it sound like? Maybe when you're doing that and you're on a beach with a lot of moon snail shells, you'll come across something that's very cool. Check this out. Do you see the shell? Do you see that perfectly round hole where my finger is? What do you think made that hole? It was a moon snail. Moon snails are carnivores, which means that they eat meat or other animals. How they do this is they'll envelop or surround another animal with a shell. They'll use their tongue to lick a hole through that animal's shell. And once they create a perfectly round hole, seen here, they'll eat whatever animal's inside. Isn't nature crazy and amazing? How cool. After admiring that moon snail shell, I would encourage you to leave it where you found it so that other individuals like yourself and animals can enjoy that shell. So everybody, that was Shell and Tell. Thank you to my wonderful assistants, the moon snail. And thank you for joining me at Back to the Sea Society's first ever Shell and Tell. Okay, gotta go.